some elections in the past have been clear as to what the question is. But it looks like this election is very confusing. So there's an economy issue.
Okay.
There's the whole, some people say it's a referendum on Akufo-Addo.
Okay.
There's the free SHS discussion, preserve it or not.
Okay.
Then there's the candidates and whether they can be trusted.
Okay.
So I'm not really sure what's the central thrust. And when I look at your campaign messages as well, some of them focus on John Mahama, some focus on Bawumia, some talk about the economy, lack of jobs. So it seems like there's a whole mixed bag and there isn't one central theme driving the election. Is that the same impression you get?
I think fundamentally and essentially it's always down to economy. Because economy is what it is that affects people most directly. Especially we're talking about a young population. And, you know, Africa generally the population is young, and as far as their young population is concerned, issues of unemployment, which is an economic situation, people tend to make it look as a social, but it's an economic situation. When an economy is expanding, when opportunities abound, employment becomes better. So that issue about the lack of employment and also the hope that is affecting young people is one that is directly anchored on the economy. So the economy remains essential. Economy also because then it's been 8 years of real economic difficulty. And this is not just affecting the what you call the lower income bracket, it's actually affecting the middle class as well. I mean, the kind of erosion that's happening in the real incomes of the people, whether you are working or not working, it's been massive. And this has been so palpable that for the first time in our history, even pensioners are the receiving end of the difficulty. And some of these are coming even from the previous 4 years. I mean, the banking crisis, I mean, the shutdown of banks, I mean, the loss of job, the microfinances and closure and how people lost job and so on. So these are accumulating effect. And of course, the worst part of it has been the debt, the strangulating debt and the effect it's had on the currency, on inflation, on general.
So you think the economy is the driving theme for voters?
Economy is number one. It's always number one. Of course, tied to that economy is the issue of character. Because there again also, as far as this particular election is concerned, is a situation where you're having a candidate on the NPP who is trying very hard to distance himself from the difficulties and at the same time trying to take advantage of the limited success. So you see a real conundrum here. He's not got the courage to own up to the problem and say, listen, this has been me. I've been part of this driving and the processes I own it. I'm responsible. No, I'm not responsible for the minuses, but the positive ones, you know what? It's my contribution. It's my policy.
But is that not how all of you do?
No.
Politicians, is that not all of you? Is that, how different is that?
We've seen Prof. Mills as vice president. We've seen John Mahama as vice president. They never run away from the collective situation. But here is a candidate who actually thinks he's smart, who is trying to play the country and pretending he's not part of the difficulty, but he wants to take advantage of what you call the pluses. And that speaks to character. It tells you that this is an individual who is simply desperate, who will do anything for power, who will lie if he has to convenient lies and so on. So I say the issue of character becomes important. I think the free SHS is a very convenient thing that the MPP has just, I think their research shows to them that they have no chance except they somehow put everything on free SHS. So they try to smuggle free SHS into the conversation and also dependent and anchor their whole free SHS conversation on lies. Lie being that NDC is going to counsel it. Meanwhile, every step of the way, we have had opportunity to tell this country, even from 2020, that what we intend to do is to have a comprehensive review in order to be able to address challenges while maintaining the good part of free SHS. So you can see, if your whole campaign is anchored on the deception of the people, that NDC is coming to cancel free SHS, this free SHS they are putting into this conversation is not really the center of the matter. The real thing is an economic thing.
Globally,